This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
Hi guys, it's my favorite. Okay, this week has been so good. Every topic has been amazing, but this is a personal favorite for me, the Q&A show where I get to collect your questions, your comments. I present them to Benjamin and he gives his thoughts on it. Most of the things that people write are just, positive or highlighting something profound that you said. So I figured that this show, I just want to acknowledge those people and those things that you said, and maybe you can just comment further on those things. So, okay, this one is a question though. Jane Rita Barbarian says, what does it mean when a man calls a lady an iron lady? Is it supposed to be a compliment, or does that lady need to be more feminine?
Ask him, first of all.
Ask him.
Learn to engage when people throw an allegation. In law, we said, whoever alleges must prove. If somebody throw an allegation, put it upon them to prove, to explain what they think about that. So if you call me an iron lady, explain what that means. Mm-hmm. Some people call you too much of this to intimidate you from being yourself.
Yes.
Other people, depending on the kind of relationship you have, they are genuinely telling you where you need to tone down.
Okay.
So we don't know the relationship they have. When you say just a man, who is he? Is it a man who has been trying to get you, to belittle you, to squeeze you, to make you more manageable, more controllable? If it's that kind of a caliber of person, you can't trust their opinion.
Let's say it's a man who's pursuing her, because these things confuse women so much. So you're pursuing
That's the time to ask them, because they're showing you how they're going to be talking to you.
Yeah.
Learn to return the engagement. What does that mean to you? Remember, when men are intimidated by who you are, they will never accept that you're just more self-developed. They just say you're too bossy, too unsubmissive, you're too this. You'll always be too much for people who are too little for you.
Woohoo! That's true.
You'll always be too much. As long as you're beyond them, they can't admit it. They'll always accuse you. Remember, your strength is a threat to those who are too weak for you.
Wow. How can I know the difference between a legitimate critic vis-a-vis an attempt to control me?
Check the person's achievements. How far have they gone with their own life?
Let's say they are very accomplished.
No, we're not talking about material accomplishment. Security, emotional adjustment, because it's one of the philosophers who said it's not how much you own, but how much you enjoy that defines abundance. Many people have many material things, but they're very insecure, very threatened.
That's true.
They don't enjoy it, or they have scarcity inside. They don't feel enough. They don't feel worthy. They run when nobody's pursuing. They think they're not enough. They're not acceptable. They're not. So we're saying, always check how balanced a person is before you can take their opinion.
Yeah.
There are some people who had not yet become enemies. When I got married and I told my wife, I expect this person at some point in my life to become my enemy.
Oh.
Because they are not progressive and I am progressive. And one day I'll rub them wrongly.
For sure.
I saw how they mark timed for 10 years. I said, this person, I usually keep my distance. The day I'll pass them, I've been behind them, you're a young boy and all that. Sometimes I'm giving you tips.
Yeah.
And this person is stagnated. With the time I'll pass. And then they will hate me. Sometimes you don't need the explosion to happen.
Yes.
Don't wait for the explosion.
Yes.
Study the person, how they're managing their own life.
I had this experience where I met this guy. He was, first of all, so handsome, so talented.
Was he funny?
So funny. Okay. So accomplished.
Yes.
But then the very first conversation was 3 hours about his mother. And I told him, I think you need to see a therapist. And he said, I've seen 2 of the best therapists in the country. So in my mind, I was like, okay, you can't be helped. I didn't tell him that, but I didn't wait for the explosion. I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know.
It's a stressful discussion about his mother, a dynamic of stress, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you are saying you have been to doctors, they have not cured you. Doctors don't cure you if you don't stick with the treatment, okay?
Exactly.
You need to stick with the treatment.
Or, I can spend a session with you just, striving with you.
Exactly. I'm happy you understand the counseling from inside because you've done it.
Yeah.
Sometimes counselors can't force when you're just defensive.
Yeah.
I just want somebody to talk to, not to challenge me. I don't want to challenge, just someone to offload, then I go and accumulate again. So some people keep offloading to go load again.
Yeah.
Offloading, go load again.
Yeah.
They're doing therapy, but they're not changing.
They're not changing.
All right.
Yeah.
This is just to say, yes, you can learn early whether a person will be intimidated.
Okay.
When they call you too tough, too bossy, evaluate who is talking first. So we said, always check the life of the critic before you value their criticism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is a comment from Joy Miracle, and maybe this is something you can touch on again. When you said, just because she is saved doesn't mean she is safe. She said, Joy said, the truth in Benjamin's statements are too heavy. What were you talking about?
Yeah, many people are, what the religious profile you're looking for, born again,
Yeah.
committed. You're going to find those a package with that.
Yeah.
But they're very toxic.
Yeah.
For two reasons I told you.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you're dating religious people, you too being religious too, check that side. It's always at the back, okay? It's always backside, eh? They don't put it in front. They put a strong testimony, okay?
Yes.
But behind, check trauma. I once knew one lady who mastered being proper. Just being proper. Proper, okay? But not happy. Proper.
Oh.
Not at ease. Proper. And I knew the father was explosively abusive. The mother couldn't handle it. She kept running around, coming back, running. This lady was made the surrogate, the one to play wife.
Yeah.
Take care of the other children there. And I knew she had problems, and I was hoping she was warming up until she can do therapy, and until we lost touch. That was campus days.
Oh.
She never did it. She just continued with education here. She's doing PhD, her career this way. And I knew this. You may continue all this. Many people even use churches as a hiding place so that they can find a place to just have community, pour out feelings, but they don't heal. They don't open up that place saying, I've been offended, been violated. David said, when my father and my mother reject me, you will receive me. Sometimes it's your father, it's your mother is rejecting you. It's not a one-day offense.
Yeah.
It's a violation of many years.
Yes.
It's a bad role modeling. It's a chaotic background. Then they siphon money from you or siphon mental energy from you. You overthink the matter until you're crashing. So some people have only done halfway of healing. They've only done halfway of reforming. They've only done halfway. So that, yes, they may be Christian, but they're also, they're sycophants of a certain minister who they may call man of God, prophetess, they may call something. Yeah. And they define that pattern as the middleman between them and God. And you can't say anything as long as that person. So they can be addicted to one person who looks like the father figure they never had, the mother figure they never had, the church community that gives them relevance. When they sing in front, they're important. When they are given titles.
And they sit next to the mommy or the daddy of the church.
And there's a lot of power hierarchy that gives them special
privileges.
You know?
Yeah.
You may find a person who is using the church the wrong way, and although spiritually they're not fornicating, they're not drinking, but the things, the life they're living there will antagonize your family, and you find yourself isolated.
Yeah.
If you challenge that person, they will say, they will dismiss you. They don't even go to counselors, they go to the pastor to counsel them.
Yeah.
The pastor has conflict of interest. You are a member of his community. He don't want to challenge you too much, lest he loses you.
Yeah.
They don't want to invest any money. Many of them are working, but they take all the money. They rather take all of it to church than use a small amount to therapy for a therapist to challenge you or tell you, my friend, you're a contributor to their own madness.
Yeah.
You need a person to call it out.
Yeah.
But they don't want that.
Yeah.
And the same Bible they're reading, they keep skipping strategically. 8:20, Jeremiah is saying, are there no herbs in Gilead? Are there no physicians there?
Yeah.
Why then is your wound not healed. Then 20 says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. Some people's seasons, harvest, summers are passing, and they are not saved. They are not changed.
Yeah.
They are not healed.
Yeah.
And seasons are going. They keep hoping, I hope when I'm turning 33 now, this is my year. 34, this is my year. This is my year. So they proclaim, they declare. Nothing happens because I just declaring. They are not transforming.
I decree and declare.
And they shout until they are cursed.
I know.
But nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. Let me tell you, you can get into that cycle.
Yeah.
Be careful. The point there was to don't stop. In fact, if you meet for a date and a person is preaching in suits, sweating, banging the Bible, raising their voice, making you uncomfortable, finish your tea, go away, never look back. That's not a date. That's a foolishness. This is a very unwise person. And they're telling you, they saw an angel telling them you're the wife, run.
Yeah, for sure.
To get those kind of things.
No.
The same God who talked to Joseph also talked to Mary. He's not the author of confusion. When you see confusion, this is the author.
Yeah.
Avoid confused people.
Yes.
Yes.
That's powerful. On that same topic, there was a lady called Farnis Mudeu who was saying, after listening to this, I must admit that I'm that wounded religious sister you're talking about.
That is a person who will change.
Yeah.
Because now they know. Let me also remind you, if you pour too much of your secrets to the person who you call spiritual, the one who's your mentor,
Yeah.
you're so vulnerable, you're risking. Some of them are mature, not all of them are mature.
True.
They can use it they can mention it somewhere and you become so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, use psychologists and professionals because they have a professional code for privacy and they're not in your life, okay?
You know what I've remembered?
Yes.
There's a counselor who was on the news recently, and she had been counseling a certain, I think, nurse who died mysteriously. So when she was interviewed, she says, because of the nature of my work, I cannot disclose some details about the client, but I don't think it was suicide. And then she proceeded to disclose all the information. So how do I know, how can I distinguish the ethical therapist from the non-ethical
You
one?
will do some research. As we said, a person who is professional can show in their former works.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully you're not booking a person who just graduated from college yesterday.
Okay.
You're booking people who have been under the other practitioners, and you can see their work even online. You can get some check how much they are rated. That's where the concept of rating came.
Yeah.
To see how other people rated this person. To see how this person has been, what are the feedback about them.
Yeah.
We are saying always make sure you have done some background. It is also a business. This is a business and people just want clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be careful. Take your own initiative. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So all the best, Farnis, on your journey. We're rooting for you. There's a topic you did. That same topic about religious sisters. You got a lot of comments saying, please do another one for the other gender. So let me just give a shout out to Odhiambo Camila. Camila Odhiambo was asking you to do something for the other gender and a few other people. Why do you think they want to hear about religious men?
Because it's also an area of interest. How men pretend. They're hiding gimmicks.
Hey, let me tell you, Benjamin. I've just remembered that some of the most toxic men are very well versed with the Bible.
Yes. And they hide from there. And we said it is discernment. It is your own understanding. Sometimes it's just a vibe. You don't need too much data.
Yes.
It's a vibe. And when a person puts too much in front, some of the signs with the men is when they use too much religious titles. When they lean too much on their positions in church. Is when they hide behind authority and they expect no questioning because they're backed by God. It's like when you question them, you're questioning God.
Yes. And what about men who talk to God a lot? So God told me this, God told... I always feel like if I hear you saying God told me things, even if they have nothing to do with me, I become wary because I think it will get to me.
Again, naturally, you should understand God and know that He doesn't talk every night. Hardly. Okay? God doesn't talk every night. If you are talking about scriptures you are reading and how they are, that's okay. But if you are dreaming, seeing visions every day, it's like you're in that world.
Yeah.
Another thing with men is to check the consistency between their financial life and their spiritual life. Many of the charlatans are broke.
Oh, really?
Yes. They just shuttle between this home, that church, the other. They have no shoes, no fare. They depend on you. They burden you. They could have used some of the time to just make tents like Paul, so they are not a burden to other people and to also help the needy.
Yeah.
But they rather become a burden to everyone while moving around. And Olumide Michael, one of the preachers from Nigeria who I respect, said he used to call himself full-time until he realized it is nowhere in the Bible. Those people look like they left everything to become minister. They did what Paul did. They put the ministry first priority, but they also took care of their own needs, that they don't bring reproach to the word. He said, God made him understand, I meant full-time the fact that you should make the ministry your first priority, but also taking care of your needs should be part of your life. If you burden the ones you're preaching to, you bring conflict of interest. You should be the one to help them. And if they give, they're not giving because they have to sustain you. They're giving because they have learned giving. And he said that liberated him, and he started doing ministry together with wealth creation and teaching wealth. That gives him dignity to say the truth because he is not fearing to offend a fat giver.
Yes.
That removed all the strings attached. And this is to say, whatever your persuasion is, when you meet a man who says you shall depend on miracles, whatever, and we are not removing the fact that some people are not working in their environment. They are missionaries and they're very far away. Many times those people have arrangements for being backed up by God represent us in missionary work, as we will do our part by supporting you. You understand that? So we are using just look at the context. Some people are away, and what they are doing must be fully charity. But many times you find that them and their partner have an arrangement, or there's an arrangement whereby they are self-sustaining. And whatever wisdom you find them using, you find that this is good, this is okay. If you have too many questions, sometimes it's just your intuition refusing. If you have just too many questions, that disturbance has a reason. Because you can't see how A, B, C, D add together. Some people do their business by just becoming a counselor, professional, life coach. They do other service things that can go along. And you have seen them in schools. They would come and talk you very good things. They have rich content. They have books. Together with being in ministry, they also have things valuable that they can sell to you. They're also musicians. They also do. And in that context, they're not trying to put that on you. They can be another person, another professional. And if they want to open a shop, they're likely to be more trusted. They run this business, they're likely to be more trusted. The business will thrive better. So they use whatever name they have to also trade in the market with the tents that people would do. So those are some of the red flags with men. When they don't have a financial plan, when they just promise a vague thing, no plan, and then they're avoiding the hard work of self-development. And then when they're very defensive, it's like you're questioning God when you question them. Those are some of the red flags, and when they put the titles too much in front. So there are 5 titles, you should always call them.
Also, I think if someone tells me they're a pastor, I want to know what that means.
Yes.
Because there are people who use that but when you dig deeper, you just find it's someone who preaches.
And there's no
then.
recognized institution that inaugurated them.
And they're not attached anywhere per se.
No accountable to anyone. Not submitted to any system. So they are the end.
So some of them will say, I have a ministry. And then if you dig deeper, it's just on Facebook.
You don't despise the day of small beginnings, but you realize this is a shadow. This is a person who's hiding. And sometimes they are a rebel from a person who tried to challenge them. So be very careful. Others live a double life. While here they're talking all this, here they're trying to push you to sexual immorality. Double life.
Yeah.
Double life. So you find a lot of, again, we did a whole show about narcissists in church. We also have this narcissistic personality disordered people
Yeah.
who have penetrated in church and they really harass people. Yes.
Also, when you talked about pushing you to break your celibacy journey,
Yes.
many of them will twist the Bible,
Yes.
you know, with things like
Grace.
grace, or even where do you see weddings in the Bible? You know, did David do a wedding for Abigail? You know, sometimes the Bible just says, and he knew her and they were one, something like that.
But the first miracle of our Lord was at a wedding, isn't it?
Yeah, but they'll say that's just one. You know, they'll use twist
Yes.
the Bible.
But also, that's very true, and I like the way you're putting it. Some things are cultural practices, but according to the world we live in, it is the only setup that can give you clarity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cultural, but it has its own importance.
Yeah.
And I prefer it personally. So don't argue. If you want people who don't want it, go find them. I'm not the one.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't need to argue with the people. We are just in the market. Why are you arguing with me? Go find willing seller, willing buyer. I'm not the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. There's a talk you did at I don't remember the name of the
College. JFC Monene College.
Yes. I like the way you told them, when you elevate your thinking, you will be JFC me.
Yes.
I really liked that. But someone said, wow, I will share this with my 19 and 16 years old daughters. Thank you so much, Mr. Zulu. You're doing God's work. More power, blessings, and favor upon your life. That was Lerato Sichinga. Ayuma said, still about that talk, this should be done even in secondary school. Very valuable talk. Well done, Zulu, and the principal for this. Your comments?
Yeah, I like it. When we do talk to young people, colleges, we are trying to tell them what we wish we were told. We actually sometimes talking to our younger versions with a lot of wistful feeling. I wish I was told this at this time. I've lost time. Okay, I did what I could, but it was a lot of hit and miss. So we are trying to help them.
Yes.
We're trying to help them be more accurate, waste less time.
Yeah.
And then you can see them putting their energies to vanity. And their greatness is traded. You know, in college, you're negotiating your destiny. You're not studying for a degree.
You're negotiating your destiny.
Yes.
The
moves there on the chessboard will push you in a direction that is irreversible. That year passing and the other passing, you're moving towards a certain direction, or you are delaying and the doors are closing.
Yeah.
They just, I wish they were told that. Them just understand.
Yeah.
That year you're fantasizing this girl, flipping her photos, chatting at night, or going to the Wi-Fi so that you can chat her to check online for this, the other. That 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours you wasted watching pornography, masturbating there in the night, and you can't even think. You could have read a complete book and planted an idea to your greatness.
Yeah.
Could have sent your mind to Greece, to Australia.
Yeah.
Could have watched a message, could have read a book, could have practiced making a table, a chair, could have perfected a skill of twisting the fabric to produce an effect.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
The young years are negotiation years.
True.
But because they are so naive, we are so misguided, we are alone there, and we are following monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
People advertising romance and appearing like they're in love. And it's all about, I'm in love with this one, I'm in love with the other one, I'm in love with the other one, I'm in love with the other one. You know?
Oh.
And I wish you can just focus and do Proverbs, what it tells you. Keep your eyes in front of you and don't let your feet divert from the way.
Yeah.
That period will distinguish you so clearly. The letters of Timothy are being written to a 17-year-old, a teenager, who was told, don't let anybody look down upon you because you're young.
Yeah.
I was talking to a young man, Benihino Walubengo, doing a very good things in the young generation. And he's very persistent. I always encourage him. Tell him, young bro, you're doing the right thing. And people may say, oh, you're too young, what do you know? Do what Timothy did. Set an example.
Did you say Benihin
Walubengo.
Walubengo?
Yes, you're the one of the young men.
Okay.
Very fiery. You like him.
What is he doing?
Live coaching, just speaking to people and all that.
Okay.
I've hosted him in the show when we were looking for these pre-25s. We have done shows for pre-25, so we met talents.
Okay.
It's one of the talented young men.
Yeah.
Who has been mentored and he's coming up very well. He's writing books, and I challenged him to open an office. He has an office now.
Wow.
Told him start selling packages. He's selling packages now.
Wow.
I told him my grief at my death would be when we are signing out, and behind me there's nobody talking.
Yeah.
If darkness has returned, we have failed.
True.
If by the time you leave, nobody else is doing what you did, you failed.
Yeah.
So he gives me hope that even those generations will have a voice.
Yes.
And I told him, as much as I have people in that generation following me, you being among them is different.
Can I surprise you?
Yes.
I think I might have hosted him once in a show I was doing at a certain TV station.
Yes.
So I had called you and then you referred me to him.
Very good. I usually sometimes send him when I can't show up.
Yeah.
Because he has that fire to keep going.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, we brought that up to say we speak to colleges to ignite that.
Right.
And tell them, rather than running after a woman and the other, or boy and the other,
Yeah.
run after your potential. Fall in love with life first.
Yes.
Love will come. Money is not negotiable. If you lack money, you could die. If you lack men, you can't die. First get the money.
It's true.
First get the money.
Yeah.
So these other things can be added.
Yeah.
When you have dignity, you can choose.
Yeah.
But when you are desperate, you are hoping somebody chooses you, somebody falls for you. And the youth is so perishable. It's such a short time.
Yeah.
But when you use it well, you are never the same.
True.
That's why we are speaking to colleges, and I'm hoping we get more entrances to KMTCs.
Yeah.
And what we are doing there, others to do it in their capacity.
Yes.
My hope, we have been talking to universities a lot, particularly,
Yeah.
but now we went to that college because we are preferring now also to mix with the colleges. People are just doing certificates. They're not trying to do academia.
Yeah.
They are handling electronics. These people are doing solar systems. They are doing clothing. They are doing TVET. Those colleges called TVET technical. We want to encourage these ones that they too have a future.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's a beautiful venture. Some Ray said, when Benjamin spoke about the transgender, I asked myself, when do I feel loved? And whew, there's a lot to unpack. What were you saying about the transgender? You were saying it's a complex. It's not always that.
I don't remember what that point was, but one of the things I think we have we can say now, and we have hinted at the past, is most of the people who I find trying to change, they're looking for happiness. It's a psychological stress. Many of them is not the boy or the girl. One guy told me that he was always beaten up by his father, but the girl was doted, loved, so he wanted to be a girl. So this was just childhood trauma. One parent who discriminated was too tough on the one. We said, take time and study whether you need to heal. Instead of just calling lesbian, gay, sometimes you just need to heal. You will not be happy even if you become that thing. If you are psychologically traumatized by a woman and you are saying, no, let me just go to men, my mother abandoned me, I don't trust women, even if you go to men, you won't be happy. Your happiness will come from healing. Yes.
That's powerful. Okay. I just want to ask this as an opportunity for you to talk about how people can get their books. Victoria, I don't.
Okay.
Nami, never. I can't. I surrender.
All right.
But it's a Victoria from Namibia, and she was asking how she can get the books.
We can ship there. We ship globally very easily. Let them just inbox us on any of our platforms, or just WhatsApp, or go to benjaminzuluglobal.com and order there. You can actually order there. We'll get the order directly. Yes.
All right. Someone said, this is Seraphine. I'm looking for the easy name to read. So she said, thank you so much, sir. I really needed this. I'm about completing the university, and honestly, I don't know how to face life by myself. I've lived with over-controlling parents, and I feel the world is not safe.
Yeah, that's what over control does, and I hope she starts with a book called Healing Your Inner Self to commence your best life.
Yeah.
When you have controlling parents, restrictive childhood, read this book. This is a lifesaver to show you how to heal from it. The next thing is the toxic relationships. When you've had parents who did not allow you, your relationship with them, when you start to break free, they will hate it or they will resist it.
Yeah.
Read this book. And then after that is to master your feelings and your abilities and your potential.
Yeah.
This mastery book will help you a lot.
Yeah.
The people who are going through pain, this is the most important set. But when you're under 25, don't forget this book. It will help you organize your life before you sell your destiny. Remember, we are negotiating your end, your destiny. All right? All the people in the dating space, these are the two books: how to step out in the world and how to navigate the relationship you are in to marriage. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I wish you well, Seraphine. And before we wind up, I just want to talk about the May 11th conference, Millionaire Moves.
We shall be teaching Millionaire Moves, how to adjust the steps you can take, the moves you can make, and start becoming a millionaire. It starts in the mind, not in the bank. It does not start in the bank.
Oh, wow.
The bank balance is always equivalent to the mental balance.
Yeah.
It's a response. Money is only confirmation of value received. Money is not it. It's a response. In fact, wealth creators are not obsessed of money. They're obsessed of ideas and value and solutions and strategies. Money responds to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Those who are obsessed with money are always in short of money.
Wow.
Yes. Those who think, oh, it's all about money. Never gave them for money. They're always in short of money. The people who talk about the big moves, the advantageous strategic steps, partnerships, solutions, advantage here, money keep raining because the things they are doing is bringing the money. That's what we shall be discussing.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I look forward to seeing you there. You can get your ticket on the website, benjaminzuluglobal.com. Just type that. It will take you to the website. Or you can make your order on the WhatsApp number +254 114 777 111. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the conference, and bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,